go. As food connoisseurs, we all believe that...
Hey, what's up you guys? It's Instant Michael here, and I'm from the future during editing, and I gotta say that this audio for this portion of the intro was very unusable, unfortunately. Basically, we are going to a Korean barbecue restaurant named Jen. It is a restaurant that I have been very reluctant to go to for quite some time, considering that I've missed Korean barbecue. It's a very big part of my childhood, but I've wanted to show it to my friends for a very long time. Unfortunately, we're going to this one, which I do not care for. Hopefully, I can, ultimately have a good time and maybe even get something in my stomach. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Michael out.
Let's get eating.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get eating. Welcome to episode 3 of Kim's Benefit.
This is not episode 3.
Which episode is this?
Bye, Evan. My name is Flint Arnett, and I am from Minnesota. My major is screenwriting. But I remember specifically, I met Michael in the pool. He was a great swimmer, and he had a fun attitude. Ever since, he has been one of my best buddies here at Chapman.
Like zoom in to the parts we're not meeting me and just like add slurping sounds. My name is Jimmy. My age is 19. I live in Lake Forest, which would be in the suburbs of Chicago, Illinois, and my major is animation and visual effects. I first met Michael. This huge group of people got together, and one of them was like, let's watch this movie. It's called Tag. And I was like, wow, this is gonna be a mega shit movie. We finished, and I was like, wow, that was a really good movie, actually. And after that, we all played a huge game of Tag, which is actually like the first real instance where I met Michael, basically, and we were friends from there on.
If it isn't Isaac. Get in the car.
I have no idea who this man is.
Sorry about the rest of the footage in the car. It is very dark. Nothing I could do about that. This is Isaac, our driver. Hello.
That's probably not the safest.
I can't look at that. You're gonna fucking die.
Oh shit!
Fuck.
We're ghosts now.
This is the afterlife.
This isn't even, it's actually found footage.
So Isaac, have you ever had a Korean barbecue before in your life?
Yeah, I've had a few. This is actually my favorite spot. They have assortments of salts. They have regular salts, but they also have garlic salts, which I love to season my meat with. This is a personal preference.
Remember, like, everything sucked other
Is it the same one? Have you been to this exact one?
No, not this.
Yeah, then shut the fuck up.
From what I understand, you get like a hot plate, then you cook stuff with this, and I'm actually pretty excited. I want to make Gordon Ramsay proud, make some good meat on that hot plate.
I'm more of an American barbecue
Isn't it more of
guy.
dogs?
I'm looking forward to all the Korean hot dogs and Korean hamburgers.
Korean barbecue at Yakitori Bar.
My feeling walking into the restaurant, I felt good, I guess. It was definitely a different experience.
It looked pretty cool. Felt like we were a little underdressed, maybe.
Oh my God, that is a line. Thank God we reserved seats.
This is Korean barbecue mint down the hatch. All right.
I mean, that man knows how to work a mint. I'm just saying.
It's fresh. Right when it hit my tongue, had a cool flavor to it.
People will recognize you because you were in the Super Smash Brothers video. When is the next episode gonna come out, dude?
That's my responsibility now.
Yeah. So at this point, we were waiting to be seated at the restaurant itself, and I wanted to film some extra B-roll of people cooking their meat. And so I ended up going in and placing my camera up against the window to try to get some extra footage, despite the risk of being seen by some people. That was the risk, but I went for it.
They're gonna freaking catch on.
My confidence level when I found out that I was cooking my own meat was about like this big at least. So like none at all. I'm totally gonna undercook mine.
Give us all salmonella, please.
Do not undercook these.
I'm gonna try not to, but it's gonna happen.
Don't get chicken. Chicken is not good to cook. Let's go over the policy really quick.
Everyone is $22.99, 2 hours. If you pay with card, 3 cards maximum, no discover, and then any leftover meat is $5 per plate. Is that okay with you guys?
Wait, Isaac, you're hungry, right? Yeah. So how do you afford your steak? I have a rusty razor that I have in my backpack. In my like hut. You get that on video? What? Hope you did.
So I really wanted my friends to get a sense of the side dishes, the little circles of vegetables and other medleys that are supposed to go with the food that you're supposed to eat, the meat. And I ranked them from probably the safest thing that I felt most comfortable eating with the meat, and the one that I felt most uncertain about. Starting from the very back, there's kimchi, then udon or odeng. I think it's some sort of fish cake, basically. And there's green beans, some spicy cucumbers. And after that came some weird brown beetroots, I think. But they're like brown and not red. And at the very last place was mashed potatoes from Korea, which we all know Korea is known for their mashed potatoes, you know.
This is the order in terms of the most safest thing to eat here, the most uncertain thing for me.
That's fucking good. Sweet, soft. It's not mushy though. Use the same. Oh, that's basically like we just kissed.
This is by far the most popular Korean food that like goes with any meat dish. That's fish cakes. That's udon basically.
So the record here, I've done with like 8 friends, not including me. We did 109 plates.
109 plates. 109 plates is what we had to beat. Not only was I determined to beat this goal, but so were all of my comrades involved.
109, that's the record to beat today, folks.
Yeah, there's no fucking way that's happening. Especially with all the light weights that we had. I'm sorry.
I was just kind of like, oh, it'd be fun, but we're not going to. I don't think we will.
How often are you supposed to flip them?
Bro, you just gotta, you have that sense in your mind that's like, oh, I gotta flip that.
Wait, I don't have a chopstick.
Wait, what's this?
Eventually, our friends showed up to help us take a crack at this, and I filled them in on what our goal was, which was to beat Isaac, the Korean barbecue expert, at 109 dishes.
We're trying to beat Isaac's record. This is 109 dishes.
With friends, with friends.
Imagine 109 of these dishes.
Oh yeah, I was not ready to eat my share of 109 dishes. Like that's too much to food to put in my belly.
That's the best meat, I think. That's what I think it is.
How is it?
Just leave it.
At a certain point in the meal, I decided that I was tired of holding the camera. I wanted some food.
When Michael wanted to put the camera down, he was having some difficulty. I could see he wanted to eat. And you kept balancing it on this one window thing that was on the side, I remembered my Boy Scout training. You see, Boy Scouts are very good at making little handy items. I used that skill to grab a small, like a piece of hard paper, like cardboard paper, and then I put it under the camera, and then I used a weight on the other side to keep the hard paper down and kind of balance it on top of that.
Fortunately, Flint succeeded, and I was able to get a really cool time lapse.
Is that bulgogi? Oh, that gets messy. Cooking origami.
I guess it's all
Gotta keep going.
So Sean really likes experimenting with cooking.
I'm 110% confident in my cooking ability. I have 5 shop titles, and my name is Gordon Ramsay. So.
I started eating the meat with my hands just because I thought it'd be like the most efficient way to eat it. Because for some reason I wasn't able to cut it with my chopsticks, which is like what you're supposed to do, right? I looked like a Neanderthal.
Alright, on the barbie we got beef Wellington, seared to a nice crisp, topped off with onions. Cool tip. If you ever cook anything and you want to make the kitchen smell good, always fry an onion. You can even cook a cake and you fry an onion. It'll just make the kitchen smell good.
Ew. Sean really loves Gordon Ramsay, and he's been watching him all his life.
I started watching Hotel Hell, actually, which is not actually centered just in the cooking, but his whole critique of the hotel process, while still being involved with food. And from there, I transitioned to the more cooking shows. Shout out to the one where he shows us how to cook a burger, and the one thing he taught me.
Gordon Ramsay's favorite word.
Season.
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 Never have enough.
Salt Bay.
Cajun calamari.
Yeah, we can wait.
And now finally, the last guy finally showed up. Rohan, who you guys saw at the very intro doing his thing. Yeah, he's here now.
It's so good. Meat is so good.
Yeah, whoever invented meat is a god.
No, but here's the issue, man. We've eaten all the animals. They need to like evolve so we can try new things. My name is Rohan Kumar. I'm 19 years old. My pronouns are he, him, and his. My major is gender studies because I would one day like to smash the patriarchy.
What the fuck?
So I showed up late to Korean BBQ because the Wi-Fi in this place is kind of slow. And the porn I was trying to watch just took a little too long to load.
I filled him in on the 109 dish goal that we were trying to head for. So yeah, he gave his thoughts.
I really wanted to finish 109 dishes and beat Isaac's record. I don't know, I would see that as an absolute win. I have nothing else going for me, really.
You had guinea pig before? What is it like?
It tastes like a piece of beef jerky but with a fish aftertaste. It's disgusting.
In the middle of the dinner, I slowed down eating for certain because I'm trying to do a kind of vegetarian thing. And then kind of halfway through, I ate some of the meat. And after that, I think I was satisfied. I had some of the Korean fried chicken and some of the pork belly. Again, I will say, I enjoyed watching everybody eat way more than they should have.
I make the best meat.
I'm actually
No, you do.
Drops meat.
No one can beat my meat.
While my teammates were starting to give up, I really thought that we could push through.
Jenna's already halfway full. She's already halfway asleep.
I'll admit I wasn't all that determined. 30 minutes into it, and I was like, I only see 10 dishes on the table here. There's no way we're reaching 109.
I wasn't really cared about how many dishes I ate, so no, I'm not very helpful with that.
I was flabbergasted at how many plates we kept on getting. And people kept ordering more stuff. It was insane. We ate a lot.
At a certain point, there was a point where my brain was like, you shouldn't be eating this much. You should just give up. But I just tried to savor each bite. I tried to buckle down and think hard about how much I wanted this, how much I craved this meat, and nothing was gonna stop me from enjoying it.
How many bowls did we go through, by the way?
We gotta see at the end.
Oh.
I think I probably gave up at the part where I threw up. And after that, I was like, I gotta stop eating. Thankfully, the throw up fell on the grill, actually, and it got cooked as well. That tasted pretty good. Fuck.
So we just finished eating, and finally the meal was over. And I was tired, disgruntled. I gained like 20 pounds that night, and I was so excited to see the results.
Can you let us know? We beat it?
Not even close. We got 74 plates. The number to beat was 105.
We spent years practicing to finish those 109 plates.
Fuck. That really fucking sucked! Fuck! God damn it! Fuck! Fucking piece of shit! God damn it! We can't even do 100! Come on! We were fucking 9 hungry people! How can we not eat at least 10 goddamn plates together? Come on! All we needed was 10 plates each! That's not even that much food! Come on!
We suck.
So my experience with Korean barbecue. I visited North Korea one time. And in North Korea, I didn't get any because everyone's starving. But this other time I visited Michael's house and his mom took us to this pretty good Korean barbecue restaurant.
How was Korean barbecue, Sean?
First time experience, honestly, very, very tasty. It's a little bit of everything. That's how you do it.
You are a pescatarian, correct?
Yeah.
Which means you only eat fish. Did you try to eat anything beef related or pork related here? He's trying to get away!
Yes.
What was it?
Dumplings.
Dumplings, oh.
They're
Oh, yeah.
pork, and they said they were meat! Gotta live a little, you know?
Yep. And it was tasty.
Oh yeah, it was very good.
Yeah.
Very good. I had like 20.
You never tell your parents though, right?
No, my parents would gut me.
Anyway, after all this was over, we decided that we would hit up a 99-cent store.
Oh my god, Michael, you're filming this?
Dude, this is $5.90. That's not $9.99. This is $5 too expensive.
Jimmy, how did you like Korean barbecue?
It was good. Really enjoyed it.
Since we're in the 99-cent store, does that make us 99 cents as well?
I'm gonna buy you right now, my friend.
I'll get one Jimmy. So I'll take you to the checkout, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Jimmy, what are you doing over here?
Mask.
That's a lot of Sour Patch cereal. He's gonna be God. Sean is out here trying to buy a container for his
Plug.
Meanwhile, Jenna's trying to get enough toilet paper.
I'm Asian, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Dude, M&M cup?
M&M cups.
I'm like so tempted to get.
Do it. It's 99 cents, dude.
I still got it.
Get it. Oh, fuck.
Oh, don't talk to me if you don't look like the green M&M.
Yeah.
This is where dreams are born.
You closed my dreams.
I'm sorry.
There is a sixth dimension beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area that might be called the Twilight Zone.
On a journey. Oh boy, I can't wait to go down to the speakeasies and
yes, I love to go down to the picture show and see that new film they came out with.
The scene is set, a 99-cent store, spring, the present. There is a man inside walking along the aisles, age 19, approximately 5'10", name Jimmy Burns, a fixture of the spring, a rather minor component to an otherwise nice day. But what Jimmy Burns is yet to learn is that his greed and gluttony is about to pay off.
Have you ever heard
I think my greed and gluttony is about to pay off.
Wow.
There's a lot of Easter stuff. So Isaac thought it would be cool to buy some Easter eggs that he bought in a little carton. And then we had a little competition to see who could throw the most amount of eggs at me. All right, Isaac, just give it your best shot.
You turn.
Cut.
First, we're gonna keep it rolling. We can fix it in post. Oh, fuck.
Don't. Not anymore. No.
You gotta save these for Easter.
Time for you to leave. Get out! So, that was my college friend's first experiences with Korean barbecue. I could tell that overall, everybody enjoyed it. And so did I. I had a great time. I hope you guys had a great time watching us. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back with some other content. Next up, well, you just have to see. Peace, guys. Love you.